Your alarm detonates at 6 a.m. You swat it unconscious, whispering, "Tomorrow I'll be disciplined," and dive back into the pillow. 3 hours later, you're watching a stranger cook ramen at 3x speed while your textbook gathers digital dust. If that sentence felt like a camera in your bedroom, good, because the first myth we're killing today is that discipline is a personality trait you either own or you don't. Lie number 2, you need a heroic morning routine. Cold plunge, meditation, journal, chia oats, 47 supplements before real work can start. Lie number 3, motivation must come first, action can wait. Neuroscience yawns at all 3. Discipline is not a character DLC. It is a trainable neural pathway, and the game has been patched against you. Food arrives in 10 clicks, entire TV seasons autoplay, algorithms feed you infinite 15-second sugar cubes. Each drip triggers dopamine, shrinking the effort-to-reward ratio your brain is willing to tolerate. The result, your anterior mid-cingulate cortex, the tiny saddle-shaped controller that weighs effort versus long-term payoff, has been on a comfort vacation for years. Here is the firmware update. The AMCC physically thickens when you voluntarily do small, annoying things you dislike. MRI studies from Rutgers 2022 show a 14% volume increase in subjects who perform daily resistance reps for 6 weeks. Translation: every time you answer the spawn call of a boring task, you literally level up the willpower muscle. You do not need a 20-minute ice bath. You need one microdiscipline so trivial it feels stupid. That is the compound entry ticket. Meet the 5 microdisciplines that require less than 120 seconds each, ranked by how fast they activate the AMCC without tripping your brains. This is lame. Abort alarm. Number 5, the 2-minute rule. Shrink any task until it fits inside 120 seconds. Read 1 paragraph, do 2 push-ups, file 1 email. Once friction drops below the UG threshold, the AMCC fires and the compound curve starts ticking. Number 4, the identity token. Perform 1 action that a disciplined version of you would do, then immediately leave the scene. Make the bed, close the bedroom door, walk away. The brain logs the evidence. I am the type who makes beds, and future behavior follows identity, not willpower. Number 3, temptation bundle inversion. Pair a microdiscipline with something you already want. Answer 3 flashcards while the kettle boils. Your brain merges the dopamine hit of the reward with the resisted task, wiring them together like Pavlov's playlists. Number 2, friction flip. Add 1 second to bad habits. Subtract 1 second from good ones. Log out of social apps after each scroll so the password gate returns. Leave the textbook open on the desk so starting requires 0 setup. Environment becomes the remote control. Number 1, the AMCC micro-rep. Identify the single smallest chore you hate, then do it the moment it appears. Plate in the sink? Wash it immediately. 1 notification from your banking app? Open it now. These micro-reps are goblin spawns. Kill them on sight and the cortex grows. Stack any 3 of these today and your brain records a 1% win. Stack 1% daily and the curve is exponential. After 70 days, you are twice as disciplined, measured, not metaphorical. Yet none sticks unless you relabel the feeling. Discipline is not self-bullying. It is a contract with the person you will be at 30, 40, 70. Every micro-rep is a vote for that version, a proof-of-work block in your personal blockchain. When the short-term brain whines, answer with 1 line. Future me is already watching this decision on replay. Your 24-hour mission. Pick 1 micro-discipline from the list and execute it before this sentence cools. Post the emoji of the item you chose in the comments. Algorithm will group you with others on the same level and serve the next video when you're ready for habit stacking. No motivational montage required. Just a single rep the moment you stand up. The moment you stand up is the only audition that matters. Not tomorrow, not after 1 more video, now. And if you still feel the tug of "I'll do it later," let's zoom out to the macro level so you see the cost of skipping 1 micro rep. Picture 2 timelines stretching from this exact second. In timeline A, you wash the single plate, shut the app, answer the email, total time 45 seconds. In timeline B, you scroll. The algorithm fine-tuned by 1,000 engineers keeps your thumb moving. 45 seconds becomes 45 minutes. The plate multiplies into a leaning tower, the email becomes a red overdue badge, and your brain logs another piece of evidence: I'm the type who lets things slide. That identity note is stored in the hippocampus, filed under future reference, and it compounds just as reliably as interest in a savings account, except this account drains you. Neuroscientists call this process self-directed neuroplasticity. Every repeated thought or action thickens its corresponding synaptic pathway, turning neural footprints into superhighways. Skip one microdiscipline and you don't stay neutral, you reinforce the opposite. The AMCC does not freeze. It shrinks by default the same way a bicep atrophies in a cast. Rutgers follow-up scans showed that the control group who avoided microresistance lost 9% volume in 6 weeks, translating to measurable drops in persistence scores. In short, there is no safe middle ground. You are always training something. This is why the annoying chore method works faster than grand declarations. Big goals activate the prefrontal cortex's planning mode, which is energy expensive and collapses under decision fatigue. Microdisciplines slip under that radar and speak directly to the AMCC in its native tongue: effort versus immediate payoff. Keep the rep microscopic and the brain stays curious instead of threatened. Curiosity releases acetylcholine, a chemical marker that tells the hippocampus, save this one. You literally remember becoming stronger, and that memory becomes leverage for the next rep. Let's address the most common objection: if the task is too small, I'll forget to do it. Fine. Weaponize the same technology that hacked you. Set a recurring reminder labeled micro-rep at a time you are guaranteed to be holding your phone, right after alarm dismissal, during the elevator ride, while the coffee drips. The cue must be unavoidable. When the notification appears, you have a 3-second window to move before the basal ganglia autopilot kicks in. Count down out loud: 3, 2, 1, and execute. Auditory countdowns interrupt the default mode network and switch you into action circuits. Boxers use them to break paralysis between rounds. Your ring is the kitchen sink, the unread text, the unopened bank statement. Stacking environments accelerates the curve. Place the soap on the plate so you must physically touch it to reach the faucet. Keep the textbook PDF as the first bookmark in your browser bar so one click lands up inside page 1. Charge your laptop outside the bedroom so morning productivity costs one extra stair climb, just enough to wake the AMCC without triggering a protest. These are not life hacks, they are friction coefficients. You calibrate once and forget, the same way city planners place speed bumps. Once 3 micro-reps run on autopilot, upgrade the difficulty by 1%. Add a second plate, answer 2 emails, read 2 paragraphs. The growth curve stays exponential because difficulty and skill rise in lockstep, the exact condition Mihai Csikszentmihalyi identified for entering flow. Most people invert the sequence. They chase flow first and feel like failures when it doesn't arrive. Flip it, build the discipline scaffold, and flow follows, the same way lights turn on after you flip the switch, not before. Now let's monetize the feeling. After you finish any micro-rep, pause for a 1-second micro-celebration, exhale sharply through the nose, whisper done, or simply nod. The somatic marker tells the brain, reward delivered, and closes the dopamine loop. Without this closure, the AMCC registers effort but no payoff, and future recruitment drops. Olympic sprinters tap their chest after a warm rep for the same reason. You are sprinter-level serious about dishes and flashcards. Track the streak visually. A simple wall calendar with a thick red marker creates an external scoreboard. Cross boxes trigger the endowment effect. You protect the chain the way gamers protect a win streak. Miss once? The gap stares at you all month, a quiet visual nag more powerful than any push notification. Psychology professor Gail Matthews found that external progress visuals raise goal achievement from 43% to 76%, double the follow-through for the cost of a dollar store calendar. What if you fall off completely? Vacation, exams, breakup binge. Restart at the atomic level: 1 micro-rep, 1 celebration, 1 crossed box. The AMCC does not hold grudges. It responds to today's signal, not yesterday's silence. This is the critical difference between identity-based habit and perfectionism. The former asks, what would a disciplined person do next? The latter asks, why did I ruin everything? One question moves you forward, the other keeps you frozen in the spin cycle. Look ahead 6 months. Timeline A micro rep daily shows 183 crossed boxes, a thickened AMCC, and compound interest quietly doubling your output. Timeline B shows the same spin cycle of heroic weeks followed by crash weeks, the net slope flat. The gap between the two lines starts microscopic, but exponential math is ruthless. 1% better daily equals 37 times better per year, 1% worse daily equals near zero. You will not feel the divergence tomorrow. You will feel it when exam season lands, when the quarterly review arrives, when the summer body reveal is no longer a meme. By then the neural highways are poured in concrete. Build them now while the cement is wet. Your final instruction is binary. Stand up, execute one microdiscipline from the list you already picked, cross the box, then sit back down. Total expedition time, under 60 seconds. The moment you complete that sequence, you become living evidence that discipline is not a trait. It is a toggle switch you can flip at will. Flip it now, because the next time you hear the phrase, "I'll be disciplined tomorrow," you'll know exactly which timeline you're choosing.